Yes, very good morning students. Today we are going to continue the same chapter, pair of linear equations in two variables. So in this chapter we have seen three types of pair of linear equations. First one, intersecting pair of linear equations, coincident pair of linear equations, and parallel pair of linear equations. There are three kind of lines: intersecting lines, coincident lines, and parallel lines. So yesterday we have completed two types. The remaining third type is there on the board, that is parallel lines or parallel pair of linear equations. Let us see that. So the question is like this: solve the pair of linear equations graphically. So we have to solve by using the graph. By taking one equation we have to provide the value of x so that we get the value of y. In the second equation also same thing happens. We have to provide the x value so that we will get the y value. All the x and y value will be tabulated in a tabular column and it will be represented in the graph. Then in the graph we will come to know that the two lines what is being constructed because of this data will be parallel. Okay, come on, let us provide the value of x now. So the first equation is x plus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0. So put x is equal to 0 for this equation. So this is x. Instead of x I write 0 because we have given the value of x, that's equal to 0. And x plus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0. So 2y, this minus 4 will go that side and this is going to become 4. So y is equal to 4 by 2, that's equal to 2. Therefore we have got y is equal to 2. So if we provide the value of x that's equal to 0, then we have got the value of y that's equal to 2. Now let us put y is equal to 0 in the same equation. We have an equation x plus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0. X plus 2, instead of this y I write 0 because we have given the value of y that's equal to 0. Minus 4 that's equal to 0. X 2 into 0, that is 0. X minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore x is equal to 4. So we are going to tabulate this in a tabular column. X and y values are here. I have given the x value that's equal to 0, so that we have obtained y that's equal to 2. Next we have given the y value that's equal to 0, so that we have got the value of x that is equal to 4. So x and y constitute a point, and 0 and 2 are the particular points. 4 and 0 are the particular points. See, in the graph we have the x value and we have the y value. One x value and one y value. One point. This point will be represented on x and y value. So this is 2 and this is 2. X value is 2, y value is 2. Like this, x and y will be one point. X and y value will be another point. 2 points we can draw on the graph. If we join these 2 points, then it will be a line. So that we need only 2 points we have been found out. We are going to apply this on the graph. Okay, this is for the first equation. Now let us see the second equation. Second equation is 2x plus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. Here I put the value of x that is equal to 0, 2. So instead of x I write 0 plus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. 2 multiplied by 0, that is 0. We leave that 0. 4y, this minus 12 will go that side and it will become plus 12. So 4 is equal to 12 by 4. Y is equal to 12 by 4, that is equal to 3. 4 ones are 4 3s are. The value of x is 3 when it is given x is equal to 0. Next, put y is equal to 0 in the same equation. What should happen? 2x plus 4. Instead of y, I write 0. Minus 12 is equal to 0. 2x, 4 multiplied by 0, that is 0. I leave that. Minus 12 is equal to 0. 0, this 12 will go that side. 2x is equal to 12. X is equal to 12 by 2, so that x is equal to 6. When x value, when y value y is equal to 0 is given, we have got x value that is equal to 6. So when x 0 given, y 3, we have got, when y is equal to value y is equal to 0 is given, we have got the value of x that is equal to 6. We have tabulated here. In one equation, we have got one data of tabular column. In second equation, there also we have got one tabular column. Let us apply this on the graph. Let us see how it will be. Yes. So here we have a graph and here we have a data. For this equation we have this data. When x is equal to 0 given, we have got y is equal to 2. This is a point. Let us apply it on the graph. So x is equal to 0 is here. Y is equal to 2 is there here. So I make a point. When x is equal to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is. Y is equal to 0, this is the point. So I draw a line. And this is the line. The name of this line is x plus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0. So for this data we have got this line in the graph. So for this equation we have got this data. So let us apply this data on the graph. When x is equal to 0, we have got y is equal to 3. Here it is. When x is equal to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When x is equal to 6, y becomes 0. So if we draw a line here like this, so this is the line. The name of this line is 2x plus 4y minus 12 is equal to 0. See, by seeing these two lines, we will come to know that these two lines are parallel. Okay, so this is what we need to obtain by the graph, and these are the set of lines which are parallel. What equations they have given? By that equations we have collected a data x and y value. By giving the x value we have got the y value, and x and y value is applied in this graph, so that we have obtained two lines, and these two lines are parallel. So in my last class we have completed intersecting lines. Intersecting lines we have seen on the graph. Coincident lines, that also we have seen yesterday in the graph. And today we have shown how these parallel lines are there in the graph. This is all about the three set of lines. This is the graphical representation of the quadratic, pair of linear equations in two variables. It's not quadratic, it's linear equations, pair of linear equations. So that's it. So here we can anticipate one problem for 4 marks in this chapter. So I have shown one example each for all the 3 types of pair of linear equations, and the remaining problems you need to solve. You please solve it. Of course, if you find any kind of doubts, please consult through the WhatsApp message so that I can answer you. Okay, this is all about the 3 types of pair of linear equations, and we are going to see some other kind of problems in this chapter. Dear students, so far we have completed the pair of linear equations and their types. There are 3 types of pair of linear equations. We already know that we have solved 3 problems: intersecting pair of linear equations, coincident pair of linear equations, and parallel pair of linear equations. What 3 pair of linear equations we have solved, that is there on the board, we just see that. This is the first problem, second one, third one. You just pause the video, stop the video and see whether these problems are repeated in my previous class or not. Okay, and then come to the video. So these are the exact 3 pair of linear equations we have solved. and I have taken this because without seeing the graph, intersecting lines, coincident lines, parallel lines, without seeing the shape and form of the lines, just by seeing coefficients, even A2, B2, C1, C2, this thing, by seeing the coefficients, we can judge whether the given lines are intersecting or coincident or parallel. That's it. So in my first problem, the coefficients, see here, coefficients in the sense, this is the general formula, we need to recall it. A1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. This is the first pair of linear equation. A2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. This is the second equation. This is the general form of pair of linear equations. So particular intersecting lines, this is x is there, x is there. The value of a1 is 1 year. The value of a1 is 1 year. Okay. The value of a2 it is 3. Okay. The value of b1 here it is minus 2. The value of b2 it is 4. The value of c that is 0. C1 it is 0. The value of c2 that is 20. Okay. In first intersecting pair of linear equations, I have extracted the coefficients a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. The value of a1 is 1, the value of a2 is 3, the value of b1 is minus 2, the value of b2 is 4. Isn't it? Like this. C1, C2 we have taken. Like that, I am going to take coincident pair of linear equations example what we have solved. Here also we are going to extract the coefficients. See, 2x. See here, a1x. The value of a1 in this equation is 2. The value of a2 in this equation is 4. The value of b1 in this equation that is 3. The value of b2 in this equation that is 6. The value of c1 in this equation that is 9. The value of c2 that is 18. So coefficients we have written. What coincident lines we have solved. That pair of linear equations, their coefficients, and we have written here. And the third one, this is parallel pair of linear equations we have solved already. So x, the value of a1 is here 1. The value of a2 here it is 2. The value of 2y, the value of b1 that is equal to 2. The value of b2 that is 4. The value of c1 that is minus 4. The value of c2 that is minus 12. What I have done is just I have extracted the coefficients of these three different types of lines: intersecting, coincident, and parallel. So I am comparing with this thing, how they are looking like. See here, 1 by 3 is not equal to 2 by 4, and minus 2 by 4 is not equal to 0 by 20. Okay, this is the first one. Second one, 2 by 4 is equal to 3 by 4 because this is 1 by 2. 2 ones are 2 twos are. This is also 1 by 2. 3 ones are 3 twos are. 3 ones are 3. 3 twos are 6. 9 ones are 9. 9 twos are 18. See, this is equal to this and this is equal to this. All the three are equal. I mean, a1, a2 is equal to b1, b2 is equal to c1, c2. Like that. In this condition, this is coincident pair of linear equations. We have already solved. You know that. But the coefficients will be equal. And here, in the third one, parallel. So 1 by 2 is equal to 2 by 4 because 2 ones are 2 twos are. 1 by 2 will be equal to 1 by 2. And this is not equal to minus 4 by minus 2. Okay? See, by comparing the ratio, if a1 by a2 intersecting lines, if a1 by a2 is not equal to B1 by B2 and that is not equal to C1 by C2, if the coefficients, all the coefficients are not equal, then those kind of type of pair of linear equations should be intersecting. See here, comparing the ratio, A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, is not equal to C1 by C2. So here in this case, A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. So here in this case, A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, that is not equal to C1 by C2, isn't it? So that's it. If we just see the pair of linear equations, we can say and judge whether the given pair of linear equations is a parallel or intersecting or coincident. If we call the given pair of linear equations are intersecting, then the coefficients of that pair of linear equations should holds this thing. A1 by A2 should not be equal to B1 by B2, that should not be equal to C1 by C2. If these are not equal, then exactly that kind of pair of linear equations is the intersecting pair of linear equations. If all the coefficients A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2, then those kind of pair of linear equations are what are there? Coincident. The third case, A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, that is not equal to C1 by C2. If that is the case, then exactly those type of pair of linear equations will be parallel pair of linear equations. What we have done so far, we have taken extracted the coefficients of pair of linear equations and we have compared the coefficients of pair of linear equations and we have seen if it is to be intersecting pair of linear equations, A1 by A2, B1 by B2, C1 by C2, nothing is equal. If it is to be coincident, everything is equal. If it is to be parallel, first A1, B1 are equal and C1 is not equal, C1, C2 is not equal. That's it. So far we have discussed this. Now we are going to solve some of the problems. If we solve the problem, certainly we will understand this thing. Thank you. Yes, this is the condition. We should keep it in mind. If intersecting pair of linear equations are there, then their coefficients of variables A1, A2, B1, B2, this ratio will not be equal. If this is not equal, then it is intersecting lines. If the given pair of linear equations are coincident pair of linear equations, then their coefficients all are equal. A1, A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. If the given pair of linear equations are parallel, then A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2, that is not equal to C1 by C2. This is the thing you have to keep it in mind to solve the problems. Yes, dear students, we have one more problem here. They have given the pair of linear equations. By seeing the coefficients of this pair of linear equations, we should find out which type of lines or pair of linear equations it belongs to. Let us see now. See here, we have a general formula a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. This is first one. And a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. This is the general form of pair of linear equations. Let us take the very first one. The first one is that a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. So x plus 3y x plus 3y is equal to 6. Yes, minus 6 is equal to 0. This 6 will go inside and it's going to become minus 6. So that we have taken a1 is equal to 1 and b1 is equal to 3 and c1 is equal to minus 6. Okay. The second one, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. 2x minus 3y, this 12 will come inside and it's going to become minus 12 is equal to 0. See here, the value of a2 is equal to 2. X and x is a thing. It's a variable. a2 is equal to 2 and b2 is equal to minus 3 and c2 is equal to minus 12. So we have extracted the value of x, a1, b1, c1 and a2, b2, c2. See here, a1 by a2, b1 by b2, c1 by c2. See, what is the value of a1? That is 1. What is the value of a2? That is 2. What is the value of b1? That is 3. What is the value of b2? That is minus 3. What is the value of c1? That is minus 6. So that is 12. This is not equal to this and this is not equal to this. This is not equal to this and this is not equal to this. If a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, it's not equal to c1 by c2, then we know that these kind of pair of linear equations are intersecting pair of linear equations. So I hope you could understand this. When the pair of linear equations is given, we extract the value of a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2 and compare the value of this. If everything is not equal, then this is intersecting. If everything is equal, that is coincident. First two is equal and third one is not equal, that is parallel. It's very simple, it is. Okay. So let us find out some more problems in my next class. Thank you.